So this is Dark Cloud 2. The game starts with the main character, Max, showing off his sick new bling that he got from his dad, as well as his ticket to the local circus. En route to said circus, a random kid steals Max's ticket, and Max ain't having none of that shit. Max proceeds to full-on tackle the kid to the ground and get the ticket back. After hearing the kid apologize and say he just really wanted to go see the circus, Max gives him the ticket because he's a nice boy. The kid then proceeds to dissolve the environment around him except for a spotlight on themselves and Max. Then they say, "You passed," before disappearing. Apparently Max's concert brownies kicked in a little bit too early. Anyway, Max just shrugs this off like nothing happened and is all like, yeah, I'm gonna go see the circus. Inside the circus tent, Max starts dicking around and comes across a clown beating the shit out of the town's mayor as he shouts about finding some kind of stone. Gee, I wonder what kind of stone he's looking for. Max gets caught and the clown recognizes the stone Max is wearing as the one he's after. Now, in what is probably one of my biggest fears, Max gets chased by a bunch of creepy-ass clowns. He manages to evade them, however, with some impressive displays of acrobatics. Like, seriously, why isn't this kid in the circus himself? After escaping into the sewer, Max makes it a point to go out and see the world for himself, the first step of which is to make his way through the town's waterways. This is where the meat of the game is found. Dark Cloud 2 is a randomly generated dungeon crawler. Each dungeon has many different rooms, and in each one you must defeat enemies until you find that room's key, allowing you to get to the next room. Character progression is a bit different in this game in that you don't upgrade your character, you actually upgrade their weapons. Most items in your inventory can be spectrumized, which basically means they can be broken down and applied to weapons to increase various stats. My favorite part of this system is that after certain requirements are met, you can evolve your weapons into new and crazy shit. Like, Max uses wrenches. The starting wrench can be evolved into the drill wrench, which just has a drill clamped into it. Then the smash wrench, and I'm no handyman, but that thing does not look like a fucking wrench to me. Seriously, like, what is that? So after killing my way through the waterway, I eventually get to the end. But before I can leave, I have to fight what is probably one of the most terrifying thoughts imaginable, which is a giant robot clown spider. Jesus, it creeps me out. Luckily, it follows the game trope of providing the one thing that can beat it. So, Max makes his way out of the waterway to be greeted by Cedric, his friend, who has just finished up repairing the town's train. Max hops on and heads off to see the world for himself. Unfortunately, the clown dude from earlier shows up and decides to blow up the train along with himself. But wait! The kid from before shows up too, transforms, and proceeds to beat the shit out of the clown before blowing him up, which is just rad. That girl is Monica, the only other playable character in the game. She dumps a lot of info on you right here, but I'll do my best to keep things short. Monica is from the future, which is all fucked up, but she's able to travel back in time with her gem, the blue Atlamolia. Max has the red Atlamolia, which likewise will let him travel into the future. The big bad, Griffon, is really far back in time and distorting the future by destroying the origin points of important figures and places that exist in the future. Using the two Atlamolia, the duo can travel back and forth between time periods, restoring various important origin points. So, with that out of the way, let me introduce the other main topic of gameplay. City building. You have to rebuild the origin points of whatever it is you need to exist in the future. To do this, you have to help various people around the original town, Palm Brinks, so that they will come with you, and then you can place them in houses in the appropriate area. It's pretty fun building up your own little town, but it's also unfortunately not very deep. There's no sort of social or economic systems in place, so really town building is just boiled down to placing down the correct props until your checklist of future coolness is filled. The first origin point to restore is for the Elder, Drac. I'll spare you the details of how you first have to help a bunch of alcohol-addicted dwarves find their collective girlfriend and fight off a giant butterfly monster, which turns out is somehow their girlfriend. After placing down all of the correct items, namely some weird-ass trees that look like eyes and a nose, Max and Monica travel into the future to speak with Drac. Drac, guess what, is a big-ass creepy eye-nose tree monster. When the two ask how to get to Griffon, Drac pretty much just says,
I don't fucking know, go ask Crest.
Cool, thanks. Well, off to find Crest, I guess. He's a wise and powerful sage, so he'll surely be able to help us, right? Wrong! Turns out Crest is fucking dead. The only one who knows why, his apprentice, is in a coma. Obviously, the only one qualified enough to handle such a case as this is Duck Doctor. The game never explains why he's a duck, he just isn't. Unfortunately, he can't help, to which Monica suggests that we restore Lao Chow's Bistro, a place that exists in the future that makes a special dumpling that can cure anything. I mean, why not? Fuck it. Screw science and medicine. We got dumplings, bitch. Anyway, she wakes up and, surprise, she has amnesia. And how does one cure amnesia? No, not science and medicine. The correct answer is, of course, to go and fight a giant tapir bear monster. Duh. After recovering her memory, she tells us that Crest was killed by Griffon's second hand while protecting the lighthouse, as it's the location of some sort of important crystal. So we travel back to that specific time with a magic hourglass, just so that he can die anyway. Whatever. Let's just go to the future anyway. Turns out the girl from earlier is actually a sage now, and she has taken the name of her master, which now makes her the sage crest we've been seeking. Ain't time travel weird, folks? Anyway, Crest 2.0 tells us that the only ones capable of making a device that can travel far enough back in time to reach Griffon are the folks at the Lunatic Wisdom Laboratory, or as I call it, the LOL. You can probably guess by this point that the lab does not exist anymore. So, skipping over a few details involving a bunny rabbit being in love with a sea dragon, Max and Mon are able to remake the lab. The lab people then tell us that we need to remake the Gundaware workshop before they can make the time travel machine. Glossing over some details, the duo rebuild Gundaware workshop, zip back to the LOL, and find the time travel machine is now complete. Now, I don't know what a time travel machine is supposed to look like, but I was really not expecting a disco time travel train. Which, if that's not the name of a funk album, I'm going to be pissed. Anyway, the two travel back to the distant past and come face to face with true evil. What? Really? This Trix rabbit looking motherfucker is the ultimate bad guy? I mean, I just thought he'd be more menacing. I don't want to fight this guy. I want to give him a hug. Either way, he actually does duke it out with Max and Mon, but ultimately loses. However, that doesn't stop Max and Mon's dumbasses from being tricked and having their Atlamalias stolen. And then he transforms into freaking Ganondorf. Now that is a face you want to hit with a smash wrench. After chasing this guy through his palace and fighting him once more, he changes back and begins to leak evil, I guess, revealing the game's true antagonist, Evil Skelly Octopus. After chasing him down, we find out that one of the planet's 2 moons is about to crash into the ground and just kill everyone. So Max and Mon beat the shit out of the evil Skellypus, and suddenly Griffon has a change of heart for some reason, and decides to get rid of the moon, but then dies. Alright. And with this, the threat of Griffon is gone, and it's time for Max and Monica to say farewell. So Max is now able to go back to his quiet life in Palm Brinks. The end. So, obviously I had to skip over some things for the sake of brevity. I didn't really even touch on the subplot involving Max's mom, or a lot of the smaller in-game things you can do, like picture taking, fishing, crafting, just freaking golf. This game has a lot of stuff you can do, and frankly, I adore this game. I really do. And I recommend getting it if you're interested. I will admit it's pretty long, but it's still a great game. So if you're interested, you can get the PS4 digital edition with enhanced resolution. Ooh. Seriously though, this game is great, and I think most people will enjoy it if they give it a try. So that's that. Thanks for watching.